Hey guys, Brad from simpleguitar.com here, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be talking about how to play B minor on your guitar. Now this is one of the chords that drives a lot of people crazy when they're first starting out, because usually the chords that you first learn are like G and C and D and E minor and A and stuff related to those, and then all of a sudden you're learning a new song and you see this B minor pop up, or B with a little M next to it. That means B minor, okay? And that chord, when you look it up on a chord chart, is like, holy crap, what is going on here? And it drives people crazy for a long time because you have to use all four fingers. You have to bar your, you have to use your first finger to bar across multiple strings because you're playing your fifth string and your first string with your first finger. And that's tricky at first. So today I'm going to break it down for you, give you some steps to be able to play that full B minor chord. And then I'm going to also show you some alternatives, some easier B minor chords that you can play in different places on the guitar and get some different sounds. But either way, I hope by the end of this video, you're at least going to be able to play one B minor chord whenever it pops up in a song and not have to worry about it and stress over having to play the full bar chord and it being really hard. I hope that this is going to make it a lot easier for you. Now, before we do dive into that, I do want you to know that I have a gift for you. If you're just starting out on guitar, maybe you've been playing for a little bit and you feel like you've got some holes in your playing, you need some dots connected, you can go to my website at simpleguitar.com/top10. And there I have a gift for you called the Top 10 Things to Learn on Guitar First. It's a free guide. It's 17 pages of the top 10 things that I like to teach beginners to get them playing real music and having a lot of fun and being creative on the guitar right away. And it's stuff that gets you a lot of bang for your buck and makes you sound awesome when you play, so that you can go impress your friends and your family whenever you play guitar, and that makes you feel like a rock star. And you deserve to feel like a rock star even if you're starting out. I mean, guitar is about having fun, and the stuff in that guide helps you have fun and feel like a rock star when you play for people, and it impresses the heck out of them too. So go to simpleguitar.com/top10, get that guide. It's my gift to you. It's me saying thank you for being here and watching the video today. Now let's dive back into B minor. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in so that you can see my fretting hand here really clear, and then I'm gonna show you some alternatives and some steps to get that full B minor bar chord down. Okay, so here we are zoomed in so that you can see my fretting hand a little bit better as we do this stuff. So this is what your full B minor bar chord is going to look like. I've got my first finger barred across my second fret. And really, I'm only playing the first string kind of with this knuckle right here. And then the fifth string, because those are the only two strings in this chord that finger actually sounds out. And then I've got my third finger on the fourth fret of my fourth string, my pinky on the fourth fret of the third string, and my second finger on the third fret of my second string. And together that sounds like this. Now that is the full B minor bar chord that most people try to play early on and drives them crazy. So here are a couple of alternatives that you can use instead of having to play this full bar chord, and then we'll go over some steps that'll make getting to playing this a lot easier. So the first one is an alternative. It's a 4-string alternative chord, and what you can do is just put your first finger on the second fret of your first string, then your second finger on the third fret of your second string, and your third finger on the fourth fret of your first string. Now here, you can either just play those 3 strings, and that makes up a B minor chord right there. Or what you can do is include your open fourth string. This is usually what I will have beginners do for B minor first. And then all you have to do is throw that in with the other chords that you're doing. So it'll go something like this. You get used to doing your second, your third, and your fourth fret and have your fourth string open. right? Now the next one actually takes this shape that we just did and actually is going to change it just a little bit more. So what you do is you take your third finger that's on your third string, fourth fret, and you're gonna move it over to your fourth string on the fourth fret and put your pinky down on the third string, fourth fret, where that third finger was, and you play 4 strings with this and you get this. Now the next one that you could do is actually take your first finger and move it from your first string on the second fret and just move it over to your fifth string on the second fret. So now I've got my first finger on the fifth string, second fret, my third finger on the fourth fret of the fourth string, my pinky on the fourth fret of the third string, and my second finger on the third fret of the second string. And with that, I'm gonna get this. And you could even play your open first string with this. Just because that sounds cool. Or you can just play those 4 strings that you're fretting. And that right there, if you know the song Kryptonite by Three Doors Down, that's part of the intro. And that's a great song to go learn how to play. And that helps you get that B minor shape down, but you don't have to do the full bar because you're not playing your first string for that. So you can just do. So that one, that's a really good one that I think is easy. Now, an alternative that you can do with this is lift up on your second finger. So no second finger. And you have your first finger on the second fret, fifth string, third finger on the fourth fret of your fourth string, and your pinky on the fourth fret of your third string. And then you're gonna play your second and first strings open like this. Now, in some cases, that sound is not gonna fit what you want, but that is basically a B power chord, but we're adding in that E note, so it becomes like a B at 11 or a B sus4 or something like that. And that has a really cool sound, but it's easier to play than that full bar chord. So that's another one for you. Now, one more that you could do is actually you're going to slide up here to your 7th and 9th frets. And what you do is put your third finger on the 9th fret of your 5th string and your pinky on the 9th fret of your 4th string, and then your first finger down on the 7th fret of your 3rd string, and then you're going to play your 1st and 2nd string open, and you'll get this. And it's the same thing. That's more like an add 11 or a sus4 chord, because we have that E ringing out. But that is another alternative that you can use. Now, so instead of just playing this full bar B minor, you can play this 4-string version here, or you can play all 4 notes fretted here, or you can move your first finger over to here, or you can just play the power chord. And you can do that without the open strings too. You can just do 3 strings, or just 2 strings. And then the other one would be up here on your 9th fret with your 3rd finger on the 5th string, 9th fret with your pinky on the 4th string, and your 7th fret with your 1st finger on the 3rd string. And that's a cool sounding one too. And that's not always going to fit the context of what music you're playing, but this at least gives you options between all these different shapes and different alternative to B minors that you can use. Now, there's one other thing that you can do. In some cases, instead of actually playing B minor, in some cases, you can replace it with a B7 chord. So if you know your B7, which is my second finger on the second fret here of my 5th string, first finger on the 1st fret of the 4th string, and then my 3rd finger is playing the 2nd fret of my 3rd string. The 2nd string is open, and then your 4th finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret. And so you put all that together. In some cases, you can play that B7 instead of B minor as well. Now, if you're trying to build up to this full B minor chord, here's what I recommend you do. First of all, if you already know your E chord or your A minor chord or both, then here's what I would recommend doing. Instead of playing your A minor chord here with your 2nd, 3rd, and 1st fingers, I want you to swap them out. Take your 1st finger out, and you're going to put your 3rd finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, your pinky on the 2nd fret of your 3rd string, and then your 1st finger down on the 1st fret of your 2nd string, and then you just play your regular A minor chord here. And you get used to this first. This is crucial because when you're getting used to playing B minor, this is the biggest part of it, is having these 3 fingers used to it. So step number 1 is, instead of trying to dive into playing this full bar chord, first get used to your A minor with your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers like this, and start playing some songs like that. Okay, so there I was using A minor and doing the same thing for E, just using my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th finger just to help get used to that. And I played A minor and E and G and then D. So if you want to just practice some stuff like that, then when it comes time to do B minor, what you're going to do is you're just going to take this A minor shape and you're going to slide it up 2 frets. So now my 2nd finger is up here on the 3rd, and my 4th and 3rd fingers are on the 4th fret right there. And you can just get used to that first. And then I would add the 1st finger here on the 5th string, which is, we already did this shape, right? And then the next step is to just lay down part of your finger. It's more like right here around this knuckle for me. It'll probably be in a different spot for you because people have different size hands, right? But for me, I'm trying to roll my finger back and to use the side of my knuckle right here to catch my 1st string, while I'm using more of the tip to press down on the 5th string. And then, because with this 1st finger, I don't need to press down on these other 3 strings. They're being held down by these other 3 fingers. So you just need your 5th string and your 1st string. And that should make it easier to get that B minor. So start here, getting used to this, and then move to this part where you're just playing the 5th string with your 1st finger. And then you lay it down and try to catch that 1st string with that 1st finger as well. So let's do a quick review. We've got this B minor shape. We've got this one. We've got this one. We've got your power chord. That's 3 strings or 2 strings. And we've got this one up here on 7 and 9. And then sometimes you can just use B7 instead of B minor. Okay, so that is it. Those are some alternatives and some steps to be able to play. And then when you're getting ready to do the full B minor, you start with doing your A minor and E with your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers to get used to this shape. And then you get used to that and you just scoot it up and add your 1st finger to the 5th string. And then you lay your finger down to catch that 1st string as well. And that is how you do B minor. So I hope that that makes it easier for you. That's some alternatives and some steps that you can take to make learning B minor a whole lot easier. Then what I would do is once you get comfortable, or when you're learning one of those, you do what I call chord squeezes. And I've done another video on that, so I'll link to that right here. I would recommend doing some chord squeezes with whichever shape you're using, just to solidify that finger shape in your brain so that you can easily change to it. And then when you need to, do, practice changing from that chord to the next chord and do stuff like that so that you're getting good with your changes between different chords. And that's going to be the big trick. The reason why most people get hung up on B minor so much is it's not as common as like G and C and D. We play those all the time and we start a lot of songs with them. And so those get used and worked out a whole lot. And then all of a sudden we get this new B minor chord and it's like totally new ground to us. So use these alternatives and use the different shapes that you can do and try some different sounds and see which one is going to be easier for you as you build up to playing that full B minor chord. So guys, that is it. That's how you play your B minor, and a bunch of different alternatives and steps that you can take to make playing B minor a whole lot easier. I hope that that helped you out. If it didn't and you still have questions, ask down below in the comments here. I will get down there and help you out and answer them to the best of my ability. If I gotta make more videos to help out, I'll do whatever I can. I want this to be simple for you so that B minor isn't this big, scary, hairy chord that you don't want to play. It's a great chord to learn and to be able to play. And so I hope that that helped you out. Now, remember, if you don't already have it, you can go to simpleguitar.com/top10. And there you can get the top 10 things to learn on guitar first as my thank you for you watching this video and being here with me, spending some time. I know you're busy. You got other stuff going on. And so thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that this video helped you out with that B minor chord. But that's it today, guys. So thanks for watching. Go ahead and leave a question in the comments. If you have any questions on B minor still, hit the like button for me. Otherwise, have an awesome rest of your day. And thank you so much for watching the video again, and I will catch you in the next video.